Hello class, this is a short video to show you what I specifically mean by a detailed confidence interval in your mini project. There appears to be a little bit of confusion with the submissions that I've received so far. So imagine you've collected your data and I found that after asking a sample of 253 people that, let's say, something like 85 of them think that technology has actually made our lives more difficult rather than simpler. Now, assuming that we collected this sample fairly with the sampling techniques we've talked in other units, then this could be considered a good point estimate of the actual proportion of people that think that technology has actually made our lives more difficult rather than simpler. But, of course, it's not accurate because 253 people is not the whole population of the Earth, or even of Los Angeles, or even of Mount St. Mary's College. So the sample proportion, which is the 1-point estimate, would be 85 people saying, yes, it is more difficult, out of 253, which is approximately equal to 85 out of 253, and that's 0.3360 to 4 decimal places of accuracy. 0.3360. So that would be a good estimate of the truth, but it's certainly not the truth because we didn't ask everybody. We didn't perform a census. So what we can do is we can do a confidence interval. And this is an interval estimate. And it's going to tell me, oh, I know the truth is not really 3360, but I know that it's somewhere close to 3360. So let's make a confidence interval, and let's make it be a 95% confidence interval. So in the TI-84 calculator, in order to do this, you can go into Stat, Tests, and we're going to make a 1 proportion Z interval. Right there, option A, 1 prop Z int. Notice it asks for 4 pieces of information. The number of successes, 85, out of the number of trials, or number of pieces of information, 253. It asks for a confidence level, which I said was going to be 95% anyway for us. So let's just leave it at 0.95. And then it can calculate. And you can see we're getting a 0.2777 to 0.3942. 0.2777 to 0.3942. So interpreting this in context means I am 95% confident that the true proportion of people that think that technology has made our lives more difficult is somewhere between 0.2777 and 0.3942. You might notice in particular that the 0.3360, which was the actual sample proportion, is actually smack dab in the middle of this interval. So we are 95% sure that the true proportion is in between these two numbers, but again, with statistics, since we didn't collect from everybody, we have no idea what the actual truth is. Now, just for a little bit of extra detail, if you go into our class, courses, elementary prob stats, you can go down into module 6, which has a calculation quiz on it, right? And on that calculation quiz, there's actually a website. One of the instructions here is finding a percentage confidence interval for a population proportion given a sample of size n with a sample proportion. So if you pull up that calculator, which will be useful for the next calculation quiz, so it's good to get used to it now, you can say I want it to be 95% confident. Our sample size was 253, right? Let me make sure, 253. And the frequency of the successes I saw was 85. I just hit calculate and I get the 0.278 and the 0.394. 278, 394. Right? Same numbers. Well, with up to 3 decimals instead of 4 decimals. I hope this helps you be successful with the Mini Project 3 submission. Thank you.